Good evening, everybody. I hope everyone's week is going well. For my reading this week, it's not a poem. It's a bit of a prose piece, I guess. Actually, it's more of a manifesto, if anything. It's a piece that it's also a revision, as I first created the manifesto back in January 2021, but as I happened to see it come up in my Facebook, the memory section of my Facebook account, it felt like the perfect time to revisit it. And it goes a little something like this. It's called Oswald in 2026. I believe we're in this crazy, chaotic world together. We need each other to survive the everyday challenges. In my heart of hearts, humanity still exists. It hasn't faded away in the sea of violence, division, and righteous superiority. I'm passionate about all the destinations that I visited, telling stories with my words, videos, and photos. I know this to be true. I am ridiculously hard on myself. I don't take life seriously either. I'm a walking contradiction. I stand for being vulnerable. There's no shame in feeling emotions instead of holding them back. I love moving my body, whether it be to the quick rhythms of salsa or the slow burn of tango. In an embrace, all is right with the world. I'm a person with cerebral palsy. Yes, I move more slowly. My speech is delayed. I get emotional at the drop of a dime. I'm trying to make my way in life, even if I'm unsure of what I'm doing. I'm still here, after all the difficulties. A long way from the brace on my right leg and multiple stitches on both feet. I'm a poet, spoken word artist, and a best twice best-selling author. I still dream that I will settle down in Barcelona, Spain, and publish a full solo book. I will honor myself, embracing all the flaws and imperfections. So yeah, it was the night of January 27th, 2021. At the time, I was part of a post made to do this mastermind that was co-run by my friends Tina and Wendy. And on this particular evening, they had a guest speaker on the call. Her name was Shae, and she helped families create manifestos, elaborate pieces at that. So Shae took us through this exercise that I just read to you now, and after I after I read the first run of the manifesto that on the call that night, I decided to transfer the transfer what I've written from the notes app on my phone to Canva and turned it into a piece that I posted on my social media feeds. It flashed forward to January 27th, 2026, and in the memory section of on my Facebook page, there the original manifest was. So I decided, okay, it's been 5 years. I'm sentimental like that I will return to certain pieces that I've written and milestones. Because as someone who wasn't supposed to have survived being born, and someone wasn't expected to make much of himself, given that he was diagnosed with cerebral palsy very young. Every like positive moment and even the negative moments I tend to reflect on, and they often come out from mind to notepad to Canva, or copied and pasted onto my feeds as posts. In fact, sure, some of the things that I've written here have stayed the same. I do still see myself eventually living in Barcelona at some point in my life. Like, I don't see myself living in New York the rest of my days. For one thing, winter, like I'm kind of I'm over the harsh winter for starters, and being by the sea tends to bring out all the joy in me. I didn't expect that back then that I would have two poetry books of my own name, that I would be part of two best-selling multi-author books, that would have my story illustrated, that I would end up at a writer's residency in France, that I would have kept going with my travels all these years later, that I would have even taken dance lessons. Like, dance was not even close to on the radar back then, to to the extent it is now. A lot has changed in the years since the first manifesto was published, and I've written several other of these as the years have gone by, but never a revision of the initial manifesto from 2021. And it is encouraging to see as each written piece shows how far I've come, even though I'm like the last person on earth that will ever give myself credit for anything that I do. Like, I'm just always watching everyone else do their thing and thinking, why can't I do better than what I'm currently doing? So it's just, I rewrote the manifesto just to remind myself of how far things have come, and to show that I still have some degree of aspiration in me, that I hope at some point to write a full book. I don't know if it's gonna be it's gonna be a memoir, or I finally get it together and like go in on the short story that I started at Orkovo but bailed on pretty much about 5 minutes after I gave my presentation at the Writers Open Studio. I don't know what the longer piece would look like, but I still want to do something bigger than something more than just poetry. I mean, like, I this is this is how I am. Like, I wear my heart on my sleeve all the time. I walk on eggshells. I'm the quiet one in the corner observing the room while everyone's partying it up. I'm the one that's like trying to get asked for the dance, but has to resort to nonverbal cues to get noticed. I'm a person who hesitates taking stands on issues because he tends to want to please people, and has been pretty much like drummed into him that expressing opinions or anything that's not like different opinions, you're gonna end up having to defend yourself, and that's not a fun thing to always have to do. I'm a person. I am somebody who's trying to make his way in this world, even though I like 99% of the time I don't know what where I'm heading or what I'm doing most of the time, but I'm trying my best to exist. And this piece is a small reminder of that. And at least it's out in the world. It's not like I'm hiding behind being hard on myself. This is me putting myself out into the world, which is something I don't always do. And I know I say that despite the fact that I post on my feeds and I create these videos as a way to engage the audience. It's a lot part of me being me. Well, everyone, that's it for this week's video. I hope the rest of the week is a good one for all of you, and I'll talk to you guys again next week. Good night, everybody.